Yeah.
All right. Well, that was good seeing you guys.
All right, have a good one. See you later. What's going on with the Studebaker lately? I haven't seen I think it's number 94. I haven't watched it yet because I'm like 3 days behind on watching the freaking videos. So I haven't seen number 94.
Tomorrow, if I can get it to work, I'm going to steam some wood around the top of that part of the body.
I got you.
There's meant to be a piece of wood, I don't know, a couple inches high. It goes up around there and then slowly gets smaller as it goes towards the front. That's sort of the last piece of that body work of that sort of fluffing around stuff. And hopefully then we'll actually start.
So there's
primer and whatever else on it.
How's the body for like dings and dents and scratches and that stuff? I mean, it looks fairly decent on camera, but I don't know how it looks in person.
It's pretty good. There's a couple of little spots, but most of it's pretty minor. I'll better knock the work of that when we actually start doing that. But
cool.
Whatever's the worst of it.
Hey, Michael and Mopart 62.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, guys.
Good to have you guys here.
Yeah.
Hey, that body though, you've been hammering and dollying for a while now on the fenders and hoods and doors and all that stuff, trying to get that straightened out. It looks good.
Yeah, I straightened the worst of it out. There's little bits to do, but I just sort of got it to the point where I knew things fit and got rid of the worst of the stuff. So at least when I come back later on, I don't have to test fit and what sort of crap. Yeah. So just get into it and do it.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, Danny, morning.
What do you mean morning, Danny? Oh, it's morning.
Over there.
So what do we got going? What do we got going in the shop, William? As far as what's your next project you guys gonna be working on?
So I think you've probably seen a little bit of that 81 square body that we're going to do. So we started kind of just fabbing up some panels for it, but we're going to paint that thing and bust it out. And then we got that trail duster that we keep talking about that's coming up next. We got a little stuff that we're actually going to be doing. You know, I don't know if it's stuff we're going to film or not, but we got a hood out there we got to paint, and then I got another hood to paint after that, and just a little stuff here and there. But as far as what the channel, for the channel and stuff like that, we're going to do that 81 square body. It's a 4
But even those small, what do you call them? Those small jobs like that. Yeah. It's cool to have them in the shop because I like to see different styles of techniques and whatever sure. That people use in their shops or whatever. So
right. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, we got it's as far as personal stuff. We could employ ourselves just on personal stuff. We could make a paycheck out of that. We got so much of it. But yeah. So our personal stuff. I don't know if you care about talking about that, but Jason's got a '67 Barracuda that we're going to eventually be doing.
Yeah,
and then I got that '66 Barracuda that I want to get done. I mean, we got all kinds of crap.
In the near future, he's got a 75 Power Wagon that we're going to be putting the Cummins in.
Yeah.
That I do want to film because that's pretty cool. Everybody wants to see that 12-valve stuff. That actually, that's a pretty cool truck. And hopefully that one just kind of time here and there in between whatever else. I'm going to drop that engine in there. And
as far as that square body though, what color are you guys painting it?
White. It's going to be white. So probably the best.
That'll be an easy paint job. Yeah.
But I mean, it'll still be straight no matter what. We're going to, take our time and do it right, obviously. And white's going to be pretty easy on that thing. And it's already got white, interior. They already painted it white. And so, it'll be pretty easy. We shouldn't even really have to worry about the jams or anything. So you might have to separate the bed, pull the bed back, from the cab so we can get in there because it's primered in between.
Yep.
So it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, there's quite a bit of rust, but it's nothing like real extreme, So.
And that truck already runs and drives, doesn't it? I mean, you don't have to do nothing except for bodywork and paint.
Yep, just bodywork and paint on the outside. The interior's done. All that stuff's done, so we don't got to mess with floorboards. nothing like that. Basically, it's just fix the rust on the outside and paint it, and it's exactly that easy.
Right on.
Yeah, exactly that easy.
Yeah.
Make it look easy, huh?
Yeah.
Everything looks easy on video.
Yeah. Except for Glenn building those freaking convertible brackets.
Yeah, that doesn't look easy at all.
Man, no kidding.
It hasn't been.
It looks good.
Yeah.
That's the thing is people don't realize how much work goes into stuff like this. Like Glenn doing the restoration on those pieces like you're talking about. I mean, what do you have in as far as hours into each one of those pieces?
I think I'll probably get about 2.5 weeks into the whole lot.
Yeah.
And about 10,000 grinder discs.
Did you ever see if you could find those discs that I was showing you, Glenn? Are you able to get some of those?
Unfortunately, I haven't had able to have a real good look myself because a lot of the places have been closed. But
Right.
yeah, they're sort of opening up now, but I just didn't have a chance to have a decent look around.
Yeah. Too bad they weren't made out of metal. The pile of them you got there, you could have cashed them in for scrap.
I reckon.
What does run and drive mean? Never heard of that. Dakota.
Yeah.
Well, that's
No kidding.
That's a term that's used before you for an extended period of time.
It's a very loose term.
I got a lot of cars, but I never said any of them run.
Yeah.
So Glenn, did you find that you got a hold of that Hemi, that 6-cylinder Hemi you were talking about?
Yeah, I'll go pick it up in the next few weeks, hopefully. Yeah.
Cool.
Just when I'm time, basically.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having one, but that's a heck of a long ways away. I've never seen one here, so I don't know how many.
They were in a. I think originally they were a motor that Chrysler or Dodge or whatever in America must have built, but they were never strong enough. And then the Australians got the plan for them and redeveloped it and made it stronger. And they put the V8 rods and stuff and that's like that. They beefed them up and made them strong. Yeah, and it's been a really successful engine over here. Yeah, got heaps of current. But they got all the big V8 valves, and so they really, really breathe. Whereas a lot of the Ford and Holden stuff, 6-cylinder valves, like they were heaps smaller. Yeah. So yeah, they breathe. Like they had all those big, like almost 2-inch valves and stuff like that. So yeah, once you're done up, they breathe.
What do those share with the American Slant 6, or do you know? I know that the American Slant 6, those the rods I think are actually the same rods that they use in the 440.
Okay.
And I believe the timing chain and gears are the same in the 440 as the Slant 6. I think that they use those on both of those engines. And the older Slant 6s were a wider connecting rod, and then as they went on, they got narrower or whatever. So I don't know how those are in the Hemi Slant.
They use a lot of like 318 sort of 273 sort of parts.
Hey, William, did he show you pictures of that motor though? Because it's not a Slant 6.
It's just a Hemi 6 then. It's a straight 6?
Yeah, straight 6, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
It's vertical.
Really?
Yeah. It's a trip. I've never seen one ever.
I've heard of them. I have heard of them, but I have never actually seen one or put my hands on one, you know what I mean? But I have heard that the Australian Hemi 6-cylinders were over there, but
yeah, because they exported them to, I think, South Africa, the UK, definitely here, and I think they might have moved in a few other places too. But I know there's a few cars that have ended up in the States, in Canada, and stuff like that. But I've seen photos of them, like outside, like the Chrysler Museum and places like that. So they are over there. Yeah.
What do you think you're going to use for a body when you build a rat rod out of that?
I don't know. I'm thinking about building one.
Yeah, just build the body?
Yeah.
Like a Roadster or something like that,
I don't know. I'm still working on it. It will depend on what I can get for a chassis too.
Yeah. Or if you could afford to build one, I mean, will they let you build your own frames?
Yeah, you can. But yeah, it's obviously the cost and whatever engineering are going to go through if I can just get something off it. I was even thinking maybe like a 70s Holden Ute because they were a full frame. Yeah. Or something like that. If I could get like something earlier, I would prefer something earlier, like a 30s or 40s chassis, but it's just whatever I can sort of come up with.
Yeah, I'm sure some of you around there's got something.
Yeah. There'll be something around.
Maybe go beat through the bush and find a couple of pieces of old cars or something and build the rest. You know what I mean? Maybe you can find a firewall or a cab or something like that and just build the rest by hand or something.
Yeah.
But there's a guy in Minnesota that's building this custom car by hand, and maybe you get a hold of that body and use that. I don't know. Just cut it up a little bit.
If we could ever get his ass here, it'd be nice because then we keep building a whole bunch of stuff. But I haven't done nothing in the last 2 weeks. It's been crazy, after being hospitalized and then being sick for a week straight or whatever it's been, it sucked.
I think Heidi's volume's off.
Are you gonna say?
We can barely hear you, babe.
Edge and all that stuff, babe.
You got to turn up your speaker.
Yeah, we can barely hear you.
We can't even barely hear you. It's kind of nice. This is great. All right. Yeah. All right, babe. You're the best too.
Oh, poor Heidi.
I got to be careful. I got to go home tonight.
Yeah.
She's all like.
Okay, how's that? Can you hear me now?
Barely.
A little bit.
Mother trucker. Okay, let's try this again.
We heard that.
It's not very loud.
Dakota's laughing at you.
Is that better?
No.
Really?
There you go.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay. Apparently, I have a virtual plethora of choices for microphones. Check that shit out. Anyways, this laptop has got to go.
What?
So anyway, this laptop sucks. The house laptop, or the regular laptop. Hence, you have the good computer, and I am muddling.
I want to know if Micro Knight knows where there's 4 old 440s. Why do you not own them? That's what I'd like to know.
Right?
No kidding.
Did you be hey, welcome to Outlaw Edge and all that shit while I was letting Clark out? Yeah, you.
Welcome to Outlaw Edge. Now we're doing it live.
Okay, oh my God, I had to let Clark out.
So if you guys don't know, this is Iron Horse Garage, and this is NZ Mopar, and this is the Gestapo in the bottom right hand screen.
Otherwise known as bitch face.
Danny was asking, what are the laws like here for building cars? They are quite strict, but they're still quite flexible. For as long as things are built properly, they're normally pretty good with it. But yeah, it's got to be checked and engineered and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
But without blowers out the bonnets and all that sort of stuff, or the hoods. Whereas Australia, basically, it's got to be underneath the bonnet, or it can't be a road vehicle. It's only like a showpiece.
And you have to run fenders and stuff too, huh?
Yes and no. I think, there's a few rat rolls getting around without them and T-buckets getting around without them. So,
yeah,
I don't know. There's obviously ways around it. Yeah.
Or at least get a title while it has fenders and then pull them off. Probably.
Yeah. But they're pretty picky. If something's not built right, they just flat out no. Yeah.
Because they put it up on lifts and inspect them and everything, don't they?
Yep. Yeah.
When we went and had our roadster inspected, the guy didn't even go out to the trailer until we were talking to him, and he already passed it and everything. And he was like, "Oh, well, I guess we should go out and look at the car." And he comes out there and he's like, "Where's the VIN tag at?" And I go, "It's in my in my pocket or my wallet or something like that."
In your wallet.
He's like, "Okay." And I said, "You need that on the firewall, don't you?" He goes, "No, just put it up underneath the dash somewhere." I'm like,
but
okay.
You also have to preface that with he's seen the car at a car show numerous times that he helps run. So he basically inspected it a couple times. He recognized the car right away. Had no problem with it because he's seen it. He's seen it on the road. He saw it went down the road straight. It was pretty slick. But he did go over it. You act like he didn't, but he did.
Oh, he really did. He just kind of peeked at it real quick.
Yeah. He looked up and underneath and just took a good look at it. And, but it wasn't like, had it been something that was built kind of shabby, or maybe even if it was a custom frame, he might have spent a little more time on it. But since we used the 1929 frame and then boxed it in, I think he was a little more forgiving on some of the, running gear. Yeah. So that helped.
Yeah, they're pretty loose on it over here in Idaho. I mean, they're pretty laid back. I mean, it's pretty simple, to get a title for, special construction or, if you got something that they can't even find a VIN tag, they'll actually stamp you one out. They still do a vehicle inspection, but it's not very in depth. You know what I mean? I've had a few of them, and they'll actually stamp you the VIN tag if you can't find one. Because I got a 57 cab out here, 57 Dodge cab, and they put a piece of paper in the glove box on those with your VIN tag in it. So over the years, obviously, most of those aren't even there. And so they'll just stamp the tag, you screw it to the firewall, and you're done. They issue you a title. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. I see Hot Rod 8983 says hi. I assume he's talking to me.
Yeah, whatever. Good to see you again, Dan.
So, I'd heard that too, that there's some states that are just so easy, like, and I wouldn't say it's necessarily easy. If you still build a pile of crap, they're not gonna let you run it on the road. I mean, if it's like falling apart, but
I think they will let you run it here.
They're kind of like,
there's a picture of the truck that I got out here that runs and drives that I drove to Les Schwab. I drove it in there. This thing, I'm telling you, I cut the top of the cab off. It's got no fenders. It's got no hood. It's got no bed. It basically has an engine, a bucket to sit on.
Yeah, it was actually like a bucket from Lowe's that he drove down to.
I drove it down to Les Schwab. I mean, they're like a mile down the road. To Les Schwab. And I figured, hey, well, these guys are going to get all like, what the hell's going on here and everything. And those guys didn't even bat an eye at it. They brought it in the bay like it was the most normal thing they ever seen in their life.
Only in Idaho.
Yeah.
I used to have a really funny joke about Idaho, but I don't remember it all. And nobody would think it was funny except for me anyway. So
I'm curious.
How do we mute her?
I can make that happen.
One of the biggest things about Idaho is potatoes. So
yeah, it had something to do with potato sacks, and yeah. And it was like there's three ladies standing on a corner wearing potato sacks, and how do you know which one's the hooker? And it says, because it's the one that says Idaho.
Well, here's all the sacks they Idaho.
I've known that joke since like 6th grade. Did you laugh, babe? Did you literally laugh at one of my bad jokes?
Yeah, it was funny.
Okay, good. I mean, it's not on the level of the garbage truck. What was that crazy boy walking by you, Glenn? He's special.
I thought I was seeing things.
Well, you might have been, babe. He said he thought he was seeing things. Stranger shit has happened. Our bumpers are... Whoa.
Are super to be?
I think it's supposed to be taller than 19 inches, but F them.
Oh, they can't have them taller. You can't have your higher than 19 inches off the road, is what you're saying. Those are those lift laws. I read about that in the Peterson's and Off-Road magazine.
Can't be higher?
They're putting limits on lifted trucks in some states, especially, like states probably like California and different things like that. But they're called the lift laws, and they don't want you running off-road machines, basically. They don't like rock sliders on the road. You know?
We got trucks here you can walk underneath.
Yeah, you can walk on the
Yeah. But that's like my truck. My truck is stock. I don't even have a lift on it, and I know my bumper's higher than 19 inches.
Oh yeah, I got a stock 2018 Power Wagon, and that thing clears 35-inch tires from the factory. There's no lift on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I bet that bumper's like 3.5 feet off the ground.
It probably is. It's probably pretty close.
That's pretty high, huh?
That's how Heidi's truck is too.
Yeah, that's our family car. That's what my wife drives to work every day. So.
Yeah, they just keep trying to take all of our rights away, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Until we snap.
Oh yeah.
Some states have rollover tests.
Mm-hmm. But how do you fail it? Like your truck gets wrecked because you rolled it over? Is that like? Goodness! It's like I'm just gonna roll it over. I mean, I've taken my truck on some pretty crazy shit really fast, and I have never rolled it over.
Yeah, I don't think we can put anything bigger than a 35-inch tire on over here and a 4-inch lift.
Say that again, Glenn.
We can't put anything bigger than a 35-inch tire on the road here in a 4-inch lift.
Really?
4-inch lift. Wow.
Yeah.
35-inch tires. Trucks all here that have 40s and even bigger than that.
Mixed truck is I got to put 38-inch tires on his just to drive on the street. You know what I mean? Hey, Danny, men always lie to women about measurements. That's the name of the game.
Basically, after that, it's got to be a competition truck and that road registered.
So
new Ford
Warthog 37-inch tires.
Apparently, you can't buy the Ford Warthog.
what in the world is that?
I don't know, but I'm going to look it up right now because I'm curious.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna see if this feeble old laptop will look something up while I'm on this. It probably won't. Oh, that was pathetic.
No one says. Basically, they got no Second Amendment over there. Canada. Oh, no. I don't want to get too political on here, but anyway.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Yeah. I won't.
Hey, Aaron, what have you been up to, man?
What have I been up to? I've been
modern Bronco.
working and doing this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't seen you forever.
Well, I'm usually behind the camera, but
Yeah, he's been there, just behind the camera.
At least people like to see you. They don't get mad when they don't get mad when you're on the video.
He's usually always there, but I guess we need a camera guy for the camera guy so he can make a better appearance.
Oh, I see. So it's actually like a Ford Bronco.
Why don't you show it to the
Warthog.
You guys see that? That's a Ford Warthog, apparently.
It's like a
Yeah, I found it. I just can't get it to. There we go.
It has the in it. Love Iron Horse. Jay Bar, hey, that's Jake Barkley. He's from. He works with me. Jake Barkley.
Oh, right on.
Hey, Jake.
hello, Jake from State Farm.
He's Jake from the sugar factory.
Okay. I will share it. So here's the Ford Warthog. Can you guys see that?
Nope.
Well, that was stupid. Anyway. Well, that's dumb. Yeah, it's supposed to be sharing it, but I wouldn't be surprised.
You need to know.
Bill says that ain't it. There's an updated version. Whoever actually started delivering.
We were actually looking at those new what do you call them? What was it yesterday? We saw at that furniture place, babe. The new Blazers or something like that, or Tahoes.
Tahoes.
Man, those are good looking trucks.
They still look like hearses, though.
No. The Suburbans look like hearses.
True that. On the black ones.
Yeah.
So the laptop's like mostly froze up, so I'm just gonna sit here and wait until it actually Puts me back on.
Well, we can see you and hear you.
Well, that's great because I can't see or hear. I can hear you. I just can't see you. So if he's flipping me off or something, I'm requiring someone to tell me. Okay, I'm back. There. Is this the right thing?
I'd like to see.
Is that it, Bill? I like that.
When he's on here, Bill.
It's actually pretty badass.
I get in.
So Ford experimental garage.
Really?
Huh. Whoa, what happened?
I took it off. Ha!
All right. There you go.
Everybody's upstairs now. I looked at the new Raptor, but it's
Why full screen?
so. Bill, what do you? How do you get in there? You got special clearance? You work there? What's the deal? That's interesting.
Bill is magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually works for Ford.
Okay, I didn't
Yes.
know that. Cool. Well, he's a hard worker by day and a preacher by night.
Bill, we want all the secret details.
Hey, Wood and Metal, what's up?
So we should go get that Bronco of mine too. I have a 90 Bronco,
Yeah, that thing's super clean, too.
351 Windsor. It's been stored since 2005.
I forgot about that.
That fucker's so badass.
It's really clean.
But it's gonna get sold if we do go get it. So
Yeah.
Well, apparently,
it's
Bill
really
is
cool.
the account manager.
What's up, Destroyer? It'd be nice though to get that Bronco and do something with it and let it, instead of letting it sit and just rot into the ground in the barn, you know?
I agree.
Bronco?
1990,
Oh, 90. Cool.
like no rust.
Cool.
I used to drive it with my kids inside in it all the time, and it was my mom truck.
Yeah.
So
Well, no rest. You didn't come to Minnesota then, huh?
it did. I spent up, but it was really a bitch to drive. It had 32s on it, and they were really hard. So it was like a moose on roller skates. It was all over the road. So I'd park it every winter. But then my son Chase was born, and he was a micro preemie. So I had to take, if I went somewhere, I had to take like oxygen tanks and concentrators and all this stuff. And there's something in the electrical, the back window. I could never keep it working for more than like 2 days. I had it replaced 2 different times. Yeah, so some of the wiring was crap or was shorted out somewhere or whatever. And so I had to horse everything over the back seat to before I loaded the kids in the back seat. Yeah. So oxygen concentrators aren't small either.
Yeah, that would suck.
So, but
Has one, so they're pretty big. They're good size.
but I drove it all over the place, and I just loved it. And I couldn't park it, and like when I would have to take him to the hospitals and stuff, I could never park it in parking ramps. So it was not. I don't know. I loved it. It was fun to drive, but not when I had to take things or go places like that.
Right.
Hey, do they, Glenn, do they have Broncos in New Zealand?
No, not really. There might be the odd one that's been imported,
But I mean, it's not something that was there, that they built there or whatever.
Like,
Oh my god. So funny.
Hey, is Rach doing any better?
yeah, she's sleeping on the couch with her foot up.
Oh,
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
poor thing.
yeah, that's messed up, man.
Is that Stitch? Oh my gosh. So, what are we going to talk about tonight? Because I had questions, but I lost them in my brain.
Where's everyone from? Jake Barkley wants to know where everybody's from. He's from Nampa, Idaho, like us.
Is it really a shithole? I doubt it's. I doubt it's a shithole. Okay then, shithole it is.
So I'm from Stockton, California, and Heidi's actually from Big Falls, where we live.
Yep, a mile down the road. Well, I grew up here. Good Lord, is my dog barking already?
Never.
Especially if you're from California.
Don't ever come here.
You don't want to move here.
No.
Why not?
Just because, okay? So we'll leave it at that.
It's a horrible place to live, especially if you're from California. We don't want to say that it's great because we don't want everybody and their dog living here. That's the whole point.
So Destroyer was asking, are we going to be ready for SEMA? And it's like, what, a month and a half? And the car is behind me. You can see it's not even close to being done. I called today trying to figure out if we can get the motor and stuff, and he was drag racing. We've been trying to get the motor done, and that's not working out right now. I'm still waiting on steering column and a whole bunch of other parts, you know.
Yep, the seats. Yeah, we're going to figure out the seats. Actually, we should probably order them this weekend. Hey, half a bottle of NyQuil won't even touch it. I'm a whiskey girl. I'll just sit here and drink whiskey. But instead, I'm drinking, like, this.
Fort Worthless, Texas. That's funny.
What's Glenn got to say? Glenn's quiet over there. What's going on? Besides the monster behind you.
If anybody wants to know where I'm from Invercargill, New Zealand.
That's so cool.
We end up in the Antarctica.
Did you get a chance to work on the car today?
No.
Did you get a chance to work on the car today, babe?
No.
Yes, you did.
No. What was I doing? Oh, I was working on the wheels and the transmission, messing around with getting the shifter and all that stuff put on the transmission. So.
But yeah, cars are moving along. But Glenn, how many days have you, like, you were basically documented every day you've worked on that car, right? I'm just like so fascinated with that. I love that. Yes, Glenn is from the future, indeed. Okay, Joey, they're Mo, Larry, and Curly. That's who the Three Stooges are. God, I can't believe you didn't know that.
I thought he was talking about himself.
Oh no, he couldn't possibly be talking about you guys.
The Three Stooges.
Yeah, the car thing's pretty cool there.
You and the chicken?
I've actually, if you go back through my videos, there's a few car show videos from the summer that's just been. There will be more coming up in the next few months. But yeah, there's a few good car show videos. You'll better see a lot of stuff that's here if you go back through my videos.
That's cool.
So you're on number 94 right now, right?
94 on the Studebaker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The 94 will be the next one. Yeah, I think this one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Sometimes there's a few days and one video, but
right. Yeah, usually it seems like you got at least 2 days on there because you always. It seems like somewhere in the middle, it's like the next day or whatever, you know. So.
Yeah, I got to get caught up on some of his videos. I got like 4 of them I still haven't even watched right now. So.
Yeah, we didn't watch number 94 yet. I watched 93 yesterday or the day before or something like that. But I'm like 3 days behind on videos myself, catching up on everybody's stuff, you know.
Yeah. These guys want to go on and have a look at the cartoon I recommended in the last one. There's one from Australia. Just started with some videos.
What are you talking about?
Clark's Custom Garage.
Oh, yeah.
In Tasmania.
Yep.
Yeah. He's been doing videos on Facebook for a while. And I was looking at him. He lived about 4 hours below me, but I reasonably regularly like through Facebook and stuff like that. But he's just started a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They have devils. They do have devils in Tasmania.
They do.
Yeah.
What do they really look like?
You got Tasmanian devils in New Zealand, or are those New Zealand devils?
That one that's in the blue.
He's a doll. Oh my gosh.
So Bill said on there he's going to wear our shirt on his next video.
Cool, Bill. Thanks.
Very cool.
Awesome, Bill.
Hey,
So
you guys, go ahead, babe.
No, you.
I was gonna say your channel took off. Iron Horse, you guys, I've been noticing your subs are going up like mad. You know.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, obviously not as fast as we want it to go, but I think that's everybody's case. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I mean, we're just going to keep on trucking no matter what until it gets where we want it to be, which, you know, maybe we want to be at 50 million. I don't know. But
that's where I'm blown away with Glen's channel, because he's still at like 800 and something, and it's like it just stays right there real slow, you know. And I just don't get it. It's a good channel.
I don't know. You know, I don't know if it has something to do with the algorithm. I don't know. I know that. Yeah, Glen seemed to sit there at 7 something for a while, and then all of a sudden I was watching Glen subs, you know, and it went from like 750 and started climbing, you know, to 800, and now it kind of seems like it's, you know, topped out again or something. I don't know, but
it sort of goes in steps, and it sits there for a few weeks, then it'll jump up again, and it'll sit there for a few weeks, and it'll jump up again. It's really crazy. That's weird.
But it's just like Ralphie's Customs, same thing. He's been at, since I've known him, he's been at 11,500, and I haven't seen it ever go up. I'm like, man, that just doesn't make sense to me, you know?
Nah, because he doesn't work.
Yeah, I watch those creatures, you know, just because I like to see how Glen's doing and stuff like that. And I try to recommend them to everybody. And I don't know. How many followers you got on Instagram now, Glen?
260 something, I think, or thereabouts.
Yeah, I've never even looked at my Instagram. I don't even know that even counts.
Yeah, if you get over a certain amount on that too, you can get
revenue
and stuff like that too.
So I think you start getting.
Good thing.
I think you start getting a kickback on Instagram of like 5,000 people. Is that what the deal is on it?
Yeah, I got 1,263, but I don't care. You know what I mean?
Well, we don't really put as much into Instagram as we do YouTube. I mean, we'll put our short stuff on Instagram and stuff like that. But
well, you know what I started doing since I learned how to do it just the other day is now when I do a YouTube video, a lot of the times I'll put a couple pictures in on Instagram, and then I'll put in a video on Instagram, and then I'll put in some more pictures and then drop a video in there, you know? So it kind of builds. I noticed that the Instagram just took off after I've been doing that, you know? So it seems like it helps.
Yeah, those short videos that you did lately, man, those are badass.
Yeah, Heidi did those. I love how she's doing those. They're really cool.
Yeah, that's cool because, I mean, it looked like, I don't know what she did on the settings or something on the camera, but it looked like almost 3D looking. I don't know. It's pretty cool.
Well, that's why, I mean, I love when I try to tell her all the time that I love when she goes in the shop and films because, man, her filming is amazing. And then when I do it, it's always like right here or down low, you know, because I'm using a tripod, you know.
Yeah. You're on the same. It's just what you can do when you can.
Yeah. Well, and it's not that I did a 3-minute, let's see, was it like 3 minutes of video? I still can pull some more sections out and edit them in. But that's all I did for those shorts. I just
so Dakota was asking what's up with the little TikTok style videos you can add on YouTube now. And what that is YouTube is trying to keep up with TikTok, and they're trying to make it the same thing. So you have those shorts, and that's why they're doing that. And then I like what Hot Rod 8983 just said.
But yeah, the shorts have been out now a while, and they're not super hard to do. But what I did is I edited them in Video Shop and then added them. But we got dinged. Now get this. I used music from TikTok, but when I put it over in YouTube, it gave us a ding.
Yeah, Aaron he's the one that takes care of all the, you know, all the posting of the videos and editing and stuff like that. That's what Aaron takes care of. And
But like Mopar was saying, he's working on his own project, so it's not a big deal. And that's to the point where our channel really started taking off when I said, you know what, I'm doing this for fun, so I don't care. And as you know, that's when our channel really took off. And I don't edit our videos. Heidi doesn't edit them. You know, we don't edit them, whatever. We just point, load them on the internet and go. And then if they like them, they like them. If they don't, they don't. And for the most part, we've had some really good, successful videos just by doing that, you know?
Sure.
And we don't have a whole bunch of editing and crap in there. But at the same time, like, I like how Glenn does like the editing in his videos where he'll say, please subscribe, and you know, all the stuff that he does when he speeds up the camera and whatever. And that's pretty trick. Somebody's on or something.
Yeah, I started seeing some of that stuff with Glenn where Glenn, you were doing the slow speed stuff where you were like drilling or something like that, and then all of a sudden it slows down, and I mean that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool, you know.
So one thing I have done though, but I haven't in like 4 or 5 months, is the tagging, and that was where things went crazy, is when I started tagging with like Mollyisms and some of the stuff that I was taught with the marketing lady. It was huge. Like it was a game changer. So I got to get back on that, but between all of my things and stuff, it's been hard.
Busy right now. What's up, Andy?
What's going on, Andy?
Yeah.
He looked like Danny asked a question that's probably better for Aaron to answer there about shorts, about that short video.
But the watch time on shorts?
Yeah, that's what Danny was asking.
Well, they're like 15 seconds, so the watch time is not really a thing.
The watch time, Danny, is about 15 seconds.
It's just more to bring people in, get out there a little bit.
Do you guys have the option of doing a 60-minute or a 3-minute one?
A 1 minute, 60 seconds.
Yeah, there's our 60-second and 3-minute ones. We have those options too. But yeah, Andy, or Dakota, I could definitely do that. I don't know. I should probably just like set up a thing and teach you guys some Mollyisms, because Molly's the shiz. Yeah, well, Molly, Duluth Pack Molly, she is the lady. I don't know if you ever heard of Duluth Pack.
Yep.
Well, she was their marketing person for like 5 years. She basically brought them from obscurity, a long-standing, amazing company from the state of Minnesota. However, nobody knew who they were. And Duluth Trading Company was kind of taking over the marketing. In fact, we even fell for that, thinking we were going to Duluth Pack, and we went to Duluth Trading Company. Well, she switched that around. So Duluth Pack is Duluth Pack is Duluth Pack. It's phenomenal. So, but was their marketing director. I don't think she is now, and then she has her own thing. But I got to work with her through a grant during COVID, and she taught me like some pretty crazy stuff I was surprised that it worked. So, and it does.
Perfect.
Think, design, build. Well, at least you made it. I'm always late.
So what were you talking about, Heidi? You said something about 3-minute shorts. Did you mean that?
There's 3-minute ones. There's 50. Like when I go to do a short, I can choose. Yeah, I can choose 15 seconds, 60 seconds, or 3 minutes.
It might be because you're over 1,000 subs.
I think that might be it.
Oh,
I bet you that's
Because
right.
we can only go up to 1 minute.
Mhm. Yeah, I think you get like friggin' Scooby snacks and shit when you get over a certain point. So, oh my gosh.
That'd be cool though if you would do a class, because we could actually do it. You know, we could have a bunch of people signed up and have you teach that class and just do it as like a private class where we're not doing it live. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah,
if you guys are interested in doing something like
we could
that,
just do it as a Zoom call.
Yeah. Yep.
And just one of those things that is, you know, it's not, we could do steps at a time where you get used to it. The thing is with us, like we've got we've got like different categories of videos. Like we've got things that we're doing on the SEMA car that I run the SEMA car tags plus other tags, and then there's things that we're doing otherwise that I'm running those tags. So it gets a little bit sideways sometimes. Sure.
Kids. On the phone.
So
You
what's
read
one
what
of your
Dan's saying?
I was just going to ask that, Dan. What's the one project car that you'd love to have dropped in your lap, either by a customer or on your own? I was just going to ask that. So that's awesome that you asked that. So what do you guys think? Like, I know what mine is. So, Iron Horse, what would you guys want?
Two 64s. I have a 65, a 66, and then I got a 68 Formula S 340 car. And then
What?
Jason has a 67 that we just picked up not too long ago.
See, you guys shouldn't own that many of them. You should send some our way because that's not fair that you have all of them.
That's probably
No, for real. Keep them. Just keep them. Because I would stand around being like, ooh, Barracuda. All day. Can't be doing that. Okay, next.
30s Daimler. Oh, that'd be a cool car. Huh.
30s. Oh, Daimler.
Yeah, that'd be a badass ride to have right there.
Yeah. What about you, Glenn?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably, I got too many. Probably like a 68 Roadrunner or something like that would be. But yeah.
Holy crap.
I got
Whose dog was that?
Not mine.
Not mine. Mine's crying. Weird.
I can see the one in the background.
Oh,
So Danny's asking about the tagging properly in hashtags too, babe.
Yep, I saw that. So who else? Now what? Okay. So, anyways, babe, what would yours be? I mean, I know, but you should probably share with the rest of the world.
You mean my Merc?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm working on getting one, but I talked to that dude in Black Duck about getting a 49 to 51 Mercury, and so I could build another one. But I think as far as a shop project, I'm hoping that we get that job doing that 41 Willys, that gasser.
Yeah.
You know, I think that'd be a lot of fun. And the guy came and sat down with us, and we had a meeting, and we worked it out.
With you.
Huh?
With you, I wasn't even there.
No, I say us, meaning George was with us.
I guess.
And we're working on details right now, trying to figure out what he wants to do. And then as far as, the motor and everything, it's got a blown Chrysler Hemi in it and straight axle, 41 Willys gasser, all steel body, fiberglass front clip. And this thing's an original from back in the day, an old drag racer. And I hope we get it. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to do customers' cars ever again, Right. So
that's where I'm at. I mean, it would be epic. It would be great to do it. It would be like YouTube gold. However, that's a substantial build, and I don't really want to deal with people. Just kidding.
and like right now we have the next one is that unibody. We're going to try to finish that up, and then
that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it'll be badass. And then we have that Carmen Ghia that's going to be turned into a convertible, which will be a really cool project.
Yep.
And we have that 57 Chevy 4-door, which is just for a couple. It's Heidi's cousin. It's just going to be done original. There's nothing fancy about that car, but we're just going to do rockers and floors and paint, and then the rest of the car goes away. We're not doing the rest of the car, so they can put it together.
It'll be nice though, because I mean, it's an icon, and I like it too because we're keeping it a 4-door. It's for a family. It makes sense that they keep it as a 4-door, just because they've got, grandkids, and it makes way more sense to leave it as it is. But yeah, the Carmen Ghia would be really cool. I still want to build our 25, but I also want to build the 27 Model T.
We got too many damn projects right now, you know.
Right.
But this car behind me, this is the one that's kicking my ass right here because it seems like, you know, seam is on, seam is off, seam is on, seam is off, and it's just like too much of this crap, you know.
Okay, but SEMA is on, so we're gonna kill it. How about that?
I understand that, but a month and a half, good luck.
See? Do you guys see the defeat? He's already kicking his own ass.
Yeah,
No, you know what? So, you know, I had a Mercury Zephyr.
Oh, Lord.
It was in 1981.
yeah, that doesn't sound good.
It was so awful. It went 94 downhill. Like, it was as fast as you could get it to go. 94. But it was fun. Had 2 speakers. We rocked out in the Zeph.
So is it like an LTD, or was that close to that, or what is it?
It looked like a Fairmont, but it was 2-door, and it was pretty epic. It was my first car. Okay, so here's the story with that. I asked there on the place or the way my dad drove his truck every day, all summer or spring and summer before it wouldn't be before, but it'd be all spring before I turned 16. He drove past a Carmen Gia every freaking day, and it was red, and it had 2 doors. So I said, all I really want is a red car with 2 doors. So I got a red Mercury Zephyr with 2 doors.
What's up, Paul?
Hi, Paul.
Hey, I'm hoping.
But I did like that. I think that the dogs are being naughty again. What hills? There's no hills in Big Falls. I tried it out in North Home because there's a big hill there. and it's a really big hill, and I got going as fast as the car would go. They don't win.
Rises and lulls, aren't they?
I don't know. I thought it was gonna fly. I felt really bad for her, but she's alive. Well, actually, she's not alive. I have no idea where it's at. But I don't even know what my next favorite car would be. But so what kind of so you guys said that you live in a shithole Iron Horse garage. Do you really? It can't be that bad.
You don't. So now you're going to make us be honest with you? No, it's a nice place. It really is a nice place. But, I mean, there's more and more people moving in here all the time. That's why Jake was saying that on there, because it's not the place that it used to be. I mean, we're just getting overran with out-of-staters coming in and stuff like that.
Right.
So it is a nice place. It was a pretty nice place. I think Aaron was born just like how many miles up the road?
Like 10.
Aaron was born like 10 miles from here. I think I was born 3 miles from here. Yeah. We were both born 3 miles from here. My wife was born 3 miles from here. So none of us made it very far.
Well, it's cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did everything I could to get back to Big Falls. I mean, I've literally only lived 4 hours away. That's the furthest I've been away from home. So, and then for 15 years, I lived 45 miles away. So,
yeah, that's not too bad.
No, but I just wanted to come home. Like, I just wanted to be here, and I wanted to build this community. But
I love Big Falls, but her old house is awesome though, out in the middle of the boonies, and I mean way out in the middle of the boonies. Like, she used to tell me that if you didn't want to see me, but what do you say about the postman or whatever?
So it was the end of a 2.5 mile dead end road, and if somebody came down the road that wasn't the mailman, they were coming to see you, so you basically went in your house. But if you didn't want to see anybody that day, you just looked away when the mailman came by, and then you didn't see anybody like for weeks if you didn't want to. It was awesome. I loved it. And then it's all state and federal land around it, and my ex still has the place, so my kids will always have that.
Perfect.
So they're pretty awesome. It changes. Oh, we're talking about cars. The 49 Studebaker truck. That's a pretty cool truck.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to get my grandpa's truck going.
My buddy just had actually, this was a 49. My buddy Tony had a 49 Studebaker. We were going to go over there and help him chop the thing and get a video on it. And then he ended up trading it off for a different car. So we didn't get to do that. But Yeah,
They look
cool.
so mean chopped. They look amazing.
They're it's like they're meant to be chopped. You know what I mean? So.
Yep.
What about you, Glenn? Where did you say you were born? I didn't quite catch where you were born.
I was born in Chicago. If you look on Google Earth, where McDonald's is on the main drag, yeah, that's where I was born. It used to be a maternity hospital.
Oh, really?
Everybody was born at McDonald's.
They give you like a gift card after you leave the hospital or something.
Here's your free Sunday. Yeah, Dan, that's where Big Falls is, but I lived where I used to live over in the Wirt area. It was really epic out there because there's nobody around. I loved it. Really tall. This thing is on really tall tractor wheels. What is?
That Studebaker, I think is what he's talking about.
Until my Nova and Pontiac are done. Huh. That's crazy. The good old days of Triax. See, I wish somebody else liked my Zephyr.
Hey, so Iron Horse, how's the shop going as far as you guys getting it set up?
Yeah, we're pretty much there. We have, I mean, it's a never-ending battle to move stuff around and organize, but we're pretty much there. So we're going to be probably this weekend. We're going to have another car in there that a friend of ours is bringing over. We're going to do some airbags and stuff on his car.
Sweet.
We'll do a video on that too, so that will be good. Yeah, I think we're pretty close. We're pretty close to being able to just work in there fully all the time. So just a little bit more rearranging and stuff, organizing.
And you'll be able to set up one spot for automotive and custom stuff, and then one spot for body shop.
So the body shop part of it, we're not really there yet on that one. I got a bunch of stuff planned on that, but we'll just have to kind of tackle that, I guess, when it comes.
Yep. When you get time, man.
Barracudas.
So are you guys going to do like a similar body shop setup? Or, I mean, paint booth type setup in this shop? Because Arco was telling me about how I don't know how to explain it, but it rolled up.
Yeah,
is that
so
right?
it's a temporary deal. We just bought some plastic sheeting and we just, rolled it up, and then we had Velcro deals that you clip around it, and because we were limited on space, you know what I mean? But
right.
We have so over here we got two shops, and so the smaller one is like a 20 by 20.
Oh, perfect.
Basically, we're going to use that shop eventually for just painting, just a paint booth, and then all the other mechanical stuff will be done in the bigger shop. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Hey, Glenn, when are you going to start doing body work on that car?
What was that?
When are you going to start doing body work on that car?
Well, hopefully soon. If I can't keep finding other bits to do before we get it pull it apart.
Yeah, but you're getting pretty damn close, huh?
Yeah.
Michael, I do not have a Zephyr. I used to have a 1981 Mercury Zephyr. It was red. It had 2 doors. It had furry seats. They were epic. What is everybody's first car? I know what Arco's is, but I want to hear everybody else's first car.
Let's start with Arco. Let's hear Arco's first.
Oh.
54 Chevy.
Oh, okay. Right on.
And then from there, I built probably. I know I had 14 of them that I built, but the other ones, and that was 53, 54 Chevys, customs. I actually have a picture of the one right here that my son has. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but I'll show you. It was a 4-door that we got from the UOP college in Stockton, and the car was crushed. And when we brought it home, my son was telling me, hey, when we chop this thing and turn it into a 2-door, we should put this old Crown Vic cop car top on the car. And I'm like, that's not going to work. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is way too big and whatever. And my son was going to cut the car up. So then when I got home, he had the car all prepped and sitting there with the top sitting on it. So.
Oh wow,
Man, that is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
Yeah, it was a wicked car, man.
Oh,
It was a fun car, though.
Yeah, my first car was a 1976 Austin Mini Clubman van.
Oh wow, van. Huh?
What now? What is it? Austin Mini
Clubman van.
Yeah, I never heard of
You
those.
have a little mini. You have a little mini car, like minis.
Yeah.
Large was a van.
Oh, what? Really?
no kidding.
That's a trip.
Yeah.
Hey, 615. Yeah, I've never even heard of one of those, man.
Nothing like 67.
PD Cortina 2-liter automatic my sister gave me.
Oh, Lord.
I don't even know what the heck a Cortina is.
Ford.
Hey, Danny, you still got that MK1 Ford Escort, don't you? 67 Polera pearl white, crushed red velvet interior. Bet you wish you still had that.
Yeah.
That's like big pimpin', Maiko.
Huh.
Oh, yours, Heidi.
Oh, that was my Zeph.
Oh, that was
My Zephyr, the bad. And then I got a Chevy Citation.
all right on.
That thing was bulletproof. I freaking love that car. And then one time I was in the falls and my exhaust was falling off. And so, what are those things called that you pull up your car to so you don't drive over them when you're parking? What are those things called? Is that what they're called? Bumpers? That's too easy. Anyways, whatever they're called. If your exhaust is hanging off and you drive over one fairly fast, they'll catch your muffler and pull it off. Just, tips. I got a lot of them. So that was car number 2. Car number 3 was a 1981 Delta 88 2-door with a 305, and it burned the tires everywhere I went, and I loved that car. That was the car I got for graduation. I freaking loved that car. It was so fast. And then what was next? Olds 98, then a Mercury Sable, and then a 89 Chevy, and then an 85 Chevy, and then a 89 Pontiac Sunbird. Oh, I missed a 85 Cutlass Supreme in there. I can probably finish if I don't remember here. So, anyways, and then I had Stella. She was the schniz. She was a Pontiac Sunbird. 350,000 miles on it.
You have loser cars.
I freaking love my Sunbird. Oh, look at that!
What the heck? I've never even seen one of those.
That is so cool.
That thing was awesome.
Huh.
No kidding. And so then after Stella, I had Ghetto Betty, and then I had Clyde, the Ford Bronco, and then I had the Skittle, and then I had, which was a Ford Aspire. I've had some doozies. Then what was next? I don't know. I had a lot of cars.
Over a Ford Aspire one time? I think that was a Ford Taurus, but yeah, we ran one over. Yeah.
I couldn't believe how little that car was.
Yeah, we got a picture somewhere with our trucks parked on top of it because his brother was actually going to take it to the scrapyard, so we decided to drive over it first.
Well, it doesn't take much. I'm pretty sure my Kia could drive over the Ford Aspire.
Yeah.
So how about you guys? All three of you. The first car.
I think mine was
There ain't no thinking about it.
It was a 1990 Nissan pickup truck lowrider. I mean, that thing was slammed to the ground. It was a piece of crap.
For some reason, he thought it was cool. We actually, on that stupid thing, that was when there was no suspension. We cut a freaking rubber mallet.
Oh, yeah. What I did was they had taken the springs all the way out, so I just took a rubber mallet and cut it in half and stuck it in there. And with duct taped it in, get the truck high enough off the ground and just freaking drive around.
Oh my god!
I know what yours was too.
Mine was a 1978 Chevy Love. I lived out of it. I had everybody sign their names inside the cat. I had hundreds of signatures. Thing was.
And what happened to it?
Well, I had to give it to Will to crush because it got a little hot, I guess you could say.
It got hot.
Like on fire?
It was very wanted.
Got there.
I thought it was dark blue.
Oh,
Sweet.
wow. So it explain hot.
It was being looked for.
The police were
So I had to really crush it. How long ago was that? That was like 20 years ago.
Oh my gosh. My sister had one of those. And did you know that you can drive up Elbins Hill with like 6 drunk women in a keg in the back of that in 4-wheel drive?
I fit 6 people in the front cab.
Really? I think that they were all wet, so she wouldn't let them in the cab, but she did let them ride in the back with the keg.
Hey,
So-
I used to have a 49 GMC flatbed. It was one of my like freshman or sophomore year in high school. My dad got it and from a friend of ours, whatever. And I was like, "What are you gonna do with this truck?" And he's like, "You can have it, whatever. Go ahead and build it." So I got the body work all done, got it in primer, and my dad starts building this motor for it. And I was all mad because I'm like, I want a big motor in this thing. I want it to be a hot rod, And he's like, I know, just let me build this. Well, it was a 235 straight 6. And so he built this motor, and he put a Wayne aluminum head on it with dual exhaust with 3 2-barrels. And you could not touch that truck. I mean, it was so fast, for an old flatbed 6-cylinder, and it just killed it. And people would get pissed off after you'd smoke them, because they'd be like, "What do you got in that thing? It don't sound like no V8." You pop the hood and it was a straight 6, and they're like, "What?" It used to crack me up, And then some guy offered us a whole bunch of money for the motor, and we ended up. Well, my dad ended up selling it. I didn't have a choice. It was my truck I was driving every day. I mean, why wouldn't you sell it? You know what I mean?
Okay.
My first car was a '66 Dodge Dart.
That was one of my
Yeah,
that was my Holly youth I used to have from the mid 2000s.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's sweet, huh?
That's cool.
Nice.
yeah, those are really cool.
Hey, what's up, John?
Yeah, so
Okay.
my 66 Dart 4-door that I ended up taking to the scrapyard. I crushed it.
Oh,
Yeah, I blew up 2 engines in it. It was a 4-door, and I had my Barracuda, which was my second car. So if I was going to work on one, it was going to be the Barracuda. So I ended up. I didn't want anybody else to have the car, though. I didn't want to sell it because it was my damn car. I didn't want nobody driving it, nobody using pieces off of it. So what I did is I took a grinder to the roof and I opened it up like a freaking tuna can. And I took a grinder with a cutting blade, and I ran it all down the side, almost cut the fenders up, cut the doors up. So I wanted nobody to be able to use a piece of my damn car, and I took it to the scrapyard.
Oh my God. Share the love, for Christ's sakes. Oh my God.
I still got the hood and the back window for that car out back.
remind me never to loan you my car.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
One of the trucks that I do miss is my 50 Chevy pickup. It was a drag. We use it as a drag truck in Sacramento Raceway and stuff, and Sonoma Raceway and whatever. We used to drag race it, but it was a street legal. And my dad built a small block Chevy in this thing, and I Camaro subframed it and lowered it way down. Really trick. And a good friend of ours, he wanted it real bad, so I ended up trading. And then, but that truck, man, it was fun out on the avenue and stuff. I'd get in so much trouble drag racing everybody out there, just smoking them, because these motors my dad would build, they're just vicious, Well, actually, the motor, let's see, the motor that's in my Roadster is out of my car that was in Missouri that my dad stripped and sold. That motor there, I mean, my Roadster's fast, and it's got like 450 horse, so
Mm-hmm.
moves.
So I burnt the tires once on my 89 Sunbird. My foot slipped off the clutch and I squealed the tires. I was pretty impressed with myself. That's about the most hot roddy I've ever had of a car until our hot rods, but nope, I have boring vehicles, but I do love my truck. I do
You ever notice when somebody says, like right here, like what Danny says, I used to have a Daihatsu Hi-Jet van that was a complete death trap, but it was so much fun.
Right? Oh my gosh.
Those are always the fun ones.
What? Oh my gosh.
Are those the real tall ones?
No, they're just like a little. If it's the same thing as what I'm thinking, yeah, they're barely like wide enough for people to sit in.
Oh, those are the ones. Those are like those, like a Ranger almost, aren't they? They're like a side by side or a Ranger.
Yeah, they're like tiny little things. Like,
Yeah.
No, I gotta go look.
Like little tiny tires.
Yeah, jump on the brakes, they just about nosedive. You know, so they think they're in the front of them. Like freaking terrible little things.
Yeah. That 66 Dart I had, that thing had so many freaking problems. I think the wiring harnesses start getting hot or whatever, because then the car just shut off, no lights, no nothing. And so then you just sit there in the dark or whatever, if you're driving at night or whatever, sit there in the dark for about 30 minutes and then the thing fire back up and the wiring harness cooled off. And then also, when you're turning left, the sucker used to shift into neutral. It grabbed something into neutral when you're turning left. So instead of actually fixing the problem, because I was just a punk kid, I took the welding class. I took a piece of pipe and I made a hinge and a little flange, and I bolted it around the steering column with a little arm that came off. And so when you pulled it out of park and put it into drive, it would go under the little arm that held it. And then when you turned left, it would keep it from going into neutral, keep it in drive.
Yep, I just found that. So
that's cool.
The worst thing I've ever done to somebody like driving my car was we were drinking at a gravel pit, underage, big surprise. And my cousin wasn't drinking, she was driving us, but she was not a good driver, so I told her she had to go really slow and couldn't go around corners fast, because when you would turn the corner in my Zephyr, the gas gauge would move. So I would told her that the gas can is shaped like a bowl, and if you went too fast around the corner, the gas would spill out. And so we wouldn't make it back to town.
That's what Danny's doing.
And it worked.
Those are hilarious.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny.
That's funny little thing.
Somebody what was your favorite car that you had, I think?
What was my favorite? I'd have to say my very favorite car that I ever owned was the Mercury that I got from Gene Winfield. That was my most favorite, man.
From Gene
and like dumbass, having a family and having to make money and whatever, I sold the car and wish I never would have,
Yeah. That's crazy.
It was a beautiful car too. That thing was gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful car. I used to love it because, like, some of my cars that I used to have, my ex-wife would get all pissed off when we'd stop somewhere and people would want to see the car, and she'd get all mad because I wanted to go, or she wanted to go, and I'm like, people are wanting to look at our car or whatever, and it cracks me up. When I'm with Heidi, she's like, "Oh, this is cool," people talking and taking pictures, and
yeah, it's not a big deal. My favorite car that I've ever had, I think, might be my Escape. I love that freaking thing. It was a goat. I could take it mudding. I never got it stuck.
I got stuck.
Arco did. He took it on a snowmobile trail. I took it through a 6-foot ditch and didn't get it stuck, and he took it on a snowmobile trail and got it stuck. So.
Hey, you know what a fun one is have you guys seen Aaron's van with the tracks on it? Have I showed you guys that?
No. In fact, the van, Aaron's Bronco is
so his Bronco is crazy too. But he's got a 65 Chevy van. Yeah,
that's your favorite? That's so cool.
That's a beautiful car.
So what is that one?
That's a 67 Valiant.
Oh, okay.
Is that the one you started in your first videos? Yeah. Is that the one that you did the videos on, your very first videos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Aaron has a 65 Chevy van. We call it the Scooby-Doo van on steroids, and it's like I could walk underneath the van. It's huge, and it's got these giant tracks on it from a what is it called, babe?
They're called the Snowcat.
Snowcat, yeah.
Snowcat. Wow.
Yeah, the thing is just wicked.
But you guys know what those are, right? Those big, tall, they use them for all kinds of stuff, rescue vehicles, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Those things are cool.
Yeah, so it's a brown Chevy van on top of one of those. It's hilarious.
No, that is crazy. That's cool.
Actually, sounds like a fun ride.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a blast, man.
I've honestly never ridden in it because I try not to ride with those two. Just saying.
You want to see my wife? I can't remember how many times has she just gotten out of the truck instead of picking me up in the
I mean, I trust him. I've been through some shit in the Roadster with him, and I don't blink an eye. But man, the stuff that him and Aaron do without even thinking about it, I'm just like, no thanks.
Oh, there you go. There it is, right there.
There it is.
It's crazy.
Cool, man.
It's so fun.
Hey, babe, your mom loves you. Arvo.
Hi, Mom. The first time I got to ride in that thing, though, it was badass because there's this big ditch in front of the old shop. And I mean, it's got to be 6 or 7 feet deep and like 12 foot wide. And Aaron's blasting up. We're in the snow and we're doing like 65. And he literally comes up to that ditch. And I was like, oh, like getting ready to freak out. And all I felt was this, like the van just went like that. And I guess it's like an army tank. You know, the tracks dip in and everything else, but the suspension makes up for it.
Yeah.
So it was like just driving right over the top of the ditch. You know, it was a trip. It's sweet. And it's got a 440 Magnum in it. So it's got plenty of power. Yeah.
Holy cow. That thing is cool.
And it's got an Allison, what is it? An Allison tranny, and I don't know. It's just a snowcat is all it is with a Scooby Doo body on it. You know,
That's crazy. That thing
it's a blast.
It's nuts.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's cool.
Perfect for Minnesota in the snow.
Yeah. Well, it's hilarious because Aaron will take his kids out to the junkyard, and he'll hook a rope on the back of it, and then haul the kids like in a whole bunch of trails and whatever, blasting through there on those big snow. What do you call those, inner tubes or whatever? You know?
Yeah, like tubes or toboggans. Yeah, usually big tubes. When I was a kid, they used to pull us on toboggans behind pickups, and then stop, and then you have to be ready to catch a bumper. Hi, Rach.
Yeah, you still do that here in Lewis. When we got a lot of snow, I'll throw the kids on a tube or a sled and chain them to the truck and drive around, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, you have to make sure they're smart enough to stop themselves before they're underneath the vehicle.
Yeah, well, when they get in trouble.
It's funny though. Some of the
you know,
some of the stupid crap that Aaron and I do together. Though, like one night I called Heidi, and I'm talking to her on the back of the truck. It's like 2:30 in the morning. We're coming back from Anderson's, the old shop, and we're hauling this truck with no wheels and tires on it. We're dragging it down the road. Sparks are going everywhere, and I'm talking to her. I'm trying to hold on and steer at the same time, and the engine block in the back of the truck slips off the blocks and goes through the bed of the truck and hits the ground.
So they're dragging the truck and the engine. It was like, I'm going back to bed. Good night.
Most of the time when she calls me, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm helping Aaron. She's like, I'll let you be.
That's the one time I called him, like, what are you guys doing? What's taking so long? And he was like standing on the top of a car that was on top of another car on top of a semi-trailer. I'm like, okay. See you when you get home.
we were in Stan's junkyard one time, and there was this old 36 Chevy sedan, and it was way up on the top of all these cars. And I was like, what are you going to do with that old car up there? And he goes, nothing.
The Ford, wasn't it?
Down, you can have it. Well, Aaron had his loader truck there, and he told me climb up to the pile and put a strap on it. And so he just takes the loader arm and reaches up there and grabs it. And well, you know, I just hold on and come down with the car. And she would have seen that, she would have killed me. It was fun.
I was shaking my head. I'm not a dangerous person. I don't get that.
I can't wait till Glenn's here. Can you imagine all the trouble we're going to get into?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to pretend I don't know what's going on.
We're gonna send Glenn a freaking bike here pretty quick if he doesn't get over here.
Oh my gosh, when is this freaking COVID shit going away?
Never.
Anyway, I want to.
Glenn a couple of links that I thought might be helpful to him or whatever, because I know we were talking a little bit about it, and what I was reading is maybe start with the embassy over there in New Zealand. Like I guess it'd be the embassy for New Zealand or New Zealand embassy for the U.S. I don't know.
Yeah, that's where we're supposed to start.
Yeah.
But I think right now everything's just locked down.
Yeah.
Check it out, Danny. Danny just sent me a picture of his little van that he had.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
It looks like a jelly bean.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't even want to know what you're eating if your those look like jelly beans. What was I gonna ask you guys? I don't know. I should probably go check on the dog real quick. I didn't do 90. I did. Okay, maybe I did 94. I am brave. Actually, I was 16 and a little bit like my car needs to go fast, but it didn't. So, but like it was the day before I got my driver's license, and my mom and dad were having a birthday party for me, and they'd just given me the Zephyr, but I wanted to drive. My brother had one of those Corsica LTZs, and it was fast as shit. Like it was fast, Chevy Corsica, and back in the day, it was kind of the schniz family car, but I had that up to 120 between my mom's house and town. Had to slow down to get to the 30. It's less than a mile, and my brother was like screaming at me, but it's okay. Nobody died. But I like to go fast.
I gotta be careful talking about. What's that?
I said she should have turned the air cleaner upside down, the lid.
So it can breathe.
Yeah.
I gotta be careful on here. I gotta be careful what I say on here because my mom's listening and she'll chew my ass for all the crap I did when I was a kid.
I gotta be careful. My mom doesn't chime in and talk about how fast she drives her car. She's 81 and she has a supercharged Grand Prix with almost 400,000 miles on it, and that thing still goes like a rape tape. It's nuts. Yeah, it was so cute because Arco's changing the oil in my mom's car for her, and he comes out on the creeper and he's like, "Babe," and I said, "What?" He goes, "Do you know your mom's car is a supercharger?" I go, "Well, yeah." She's just this little blue hair lady in her fast car.
I don't know if what are those G6s? What are those?
I'm not sure about those G6s.
Yeah.
The fastest I've ever been on the street is 160, Danny, in a Mach 1 Mustang. It was a drag car on the street. We weren't supposed to be out on the street. We were on Hammer Lane.
Yeah. Illegally.
What about on a bike?
Oh, I don't know. Bike hauling ass. On a bike, going way stupid fast. No business going that fast. Let's just put it that way.
Fastest I've ever been was on a crotch rocket, and it was 144. And then I wasn't driving. I was riding, and we just come back from swimming with no helmets. I didn't go out with that dumbass ever again. He was a dickhead. Anyhow. But that's as fast as I was. Well, other than coming home in the rain with Arco one night, I have no idea how fast we went, but we passed my friends and they were all going 85. We passed them like they were standing still. So
you're up there.
Aaron went a little bit fast once on a bike.
Once? It was a CBR 900. I got up to 175.
Holy shitballs.
That's cooking.
Yeah.
Stuff happens real fast. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Back in about 96 or 7, me and my cousin would been to and we were coming back home. And
look at my mom.
Because there was a lot of Japan imports here. We had a 1990 Mitsubishi VR4, like which is a 4-drive turbo, freaking, and we're doing 155, I think, mile an hour.
Holy shnikes.
It wasn't kilometers.
Hey?
It wasn't kilometers.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure, because it ran out of speedo. We worked out by that. It was doing just under 6,000 RPMs in fifth gear.
Wow.
We calculated it out, but yeah, about 155 miles an hour.
That's cooking.
Crazy.
That's fast. Hi, Jenna. Sorry, it's one of my kids.
Danny did. It always sound weird like that.
Danny, did you really do 40 perspective?
You always sound weird like that, Danny.
Hey, you just forgot. Hey, so he understands. Oh,
What's up, dude?
what the hell is a push bike?
I don't know.
Just ask him what the hell is a push bike.
That's, no pedals. I don't know.
No pedals?
I don't know.
I would,
Never been.
that would be scary.
Yeah, bicycle. Yeah.
I'm one time pretty sure that I almost died on a 10-speed going down the hill at the river here, but none of you would know how steep that is. I almost died.
What's up, Robert?
It might have been 15 miles an hour, but it was scary.
You got Dan on here from Double D Speed Shop?
Yeah.
Cool.
Double D speed shop.
This is D Speed Shop? I always say Double D Speed Shop.
Well, I was going to say something, but I'm going to stay out of it because I don't want to get in trouble.
That would be wise.
There's certain things in life I like, but I won't say anything more than that.
Oh my god, you guys are dorks. I love it. So, I've always wanted a WRX. When you talk about Subarus, John, I think they're so freaking badass. I want to be a rally car driver when I grow up.
So do we.
Let's do it.
We'll start a rally group or something.
Let's just make one up. Let's just make some shit up. Let's do it. Like, I'll find us roads. It'll be great.
You can get up.
Yeah. Iron Horse, Outlaw
It didn't take long for DD Speed Shop to guess what I was talking about.
Anyway.
Babe, everybody knew what you were talking about.
I like boobies.
I'm not saying nothing.
What is a boxer engine? What's that?
Bicycle.
What do you want to call it? So now those WRX, we had that many in here with the Japanese, they were like belly buttons. Everybody had one.
Yeah.
They were just everywhere, yeah. Even like Skylines and stuff like that. But now they're all disappeared again.
What's up, Robert? Levi?
I promise I won't grow up. Oh, the WRXs. Oh, really?
Double D Speed Shop.
I don't know if Levi, have you and Jenna ever seen Dr. Scrivener's WRX?
Oh, that
car is sick. It's white with the wing, and you always make fun of cars with wings up here because, you know, nobody really has one that needs a wing. His needs a wing. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Oh, it's badass. It's white. He drives it all over, but it's a white WRX. It's beautiful. It has a pretty decent sized wing on it, and it needs it because that thing hauls ass.
But we were at the gas station one day, and I was like, really? You know, like, I'm not thrilled at all. I'm looking at the car. I'm like, cute little car, though. And then he pops the hood, and I was just like, holy crap. It's got like 4 turbos and all this crap in there. I was like, what's this thing pushing for horsepower? And he tells me, and it was like some ridiculous amount of horsepower, you know?
Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah, that car's radical. It's a sleeper, that's for damn sure.
It is a sleeper. Yeah,
when he left that day, he went to pull out and he goes to leave, and I'm thinking, come on, and he just drives away. I was like,
But if he does that around people, everybody's gonna know. You can't have sleepers ain't sleepers if everybody hears you freaking going fast. Sorry, people.
I was never impressed with those little tuner cars until those guys showed up from Canada at our car show a couple years ago. And man, they had some cars that were just radical. And then we went to a couple of their car shows and stuff. And one of them he crossed the street to go up on the overpass, and the guy burned the freaking tires all the way up onto the freeway and kept on going all the way down the freeway as far as we could see, still light the tires. I'm like, just tore it up.
Yeah, that's those kids from Bemidji. I wish I could remember what their little tuner car group is called, because they have some nice cars and they're working hard. But I mean, I pissed off some hot rodders one day when I was talking about tuner cars, because I said they're the next generation of like rat rod people or hot rodders that are, putting together cars with what they have. But instead of steel, the medium is, plastic, but or composites and carbon fiber and everything. It's metal, but it's pretty much the same thing. They're making the modifications, they're doing the work, it's just in a different medium.
Hey, Danny's saying the Subaru engine in a Bug is a very common swap now. We actually have a buddy of ours that has Volkswagen with us. Zach, that thing's pretty trick too.
It is.
If you guys have you seen that car show video that I did? So I went to Maryland and filmed it with my wife's phone, just because we happened to be over there at this car show. But there's a bug in that video that I saw that was powered by a Subaru engine. It said powered by Subaru, and I went around and got a shot of it or whatever. But it had that Subaru engine in it. That'd be pretty cool.
Was it a Baja Bug then? Because that's what Zach runs as a Baja Bug. No, I kind of like those, but.
Hey, whatever happened to that Volkswagen you guys built?
So that was our friend's car, and so when he took it back or whatever, he took it home to put everything back together, and so he's got everything running. We were going to do a video, once he got it all running and everything else, and driving and everything put back together on it. We were going to do a video just to kind of follow up, but just waiting on him to get back with us on it.
If you guys really like bug builds, we have another one we could start immediately.
I like the color on that one.
Wow, that awesome, man. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you too. I agree with what you're saying too, Robert. But I was going to ask you, what did you use for paint on that car? Like what brand?
That was Summit brand. We actually got the paint right from Summit, and it's called Plum Pearl Metallic, but it almost looked like an electric blue, when you were up close to it, and you could see the flake in that thing was just crazy, man. It was pretty cool paint. So, all Summit brand.
Yeah. Okay, I got to argue with John for a second here. Yes, but they're still doing it. They're still putting this stuff on. They might be ordering it or whatever, but they're still doing it. And I think that there's an art in it, regardless of what, those of us who work in metal think, I just think they're doing something, and they're not like Hot Rod Dan says, is that they're not on video games and they're not sitting there on their phones. And I think that's important.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. I think as a car guy or car builder of any type, I don't think you can really write, anybody off unless they're doing just something totally stupid. But these guys are putting their money and their time and their effort into those cars. And I'm not saying I can't really argue that maybe they're real hot rodders and stuff like that, but maybe they're hot rodders, like Heidi said, of the generation.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've been noticing is I've been seeing more and more of them. Like one of the guys, for instance, he came here with one of the baddest ass tuner cars I've ever seen. And I think his name's Adam. I might be wrong on that one, but he's from Canada, and he comes here with his tuner car, and he won like first place or whatever it was at our show with this tuner car. And then he goes home and literally goes and he built a blown 67 Camaro, just a wicked car. So, I mean, it leads up into the bigger, badder cars,
Yeah, those guys with those engines, those little tuner engines, 4 cylinders or whatever, they're pulling them things completely apart. You know what I mean? They're building them from the ground up. So what they're doing requires skill. Maybe it's not the car that I'm into or any car that I have any interest owning, but there's a certain skill level with what they're doing there, and they're still being productive and they're doing something with their time. You know what I'm saying? So you can't discount that or write that off. You know, they're doing something with that.
Because some of them they're works of art too, and some of them they're pushing. You know, some of them came out of the factory stock with like 80 horsepower, and these guys are running 600 horse out of them. You know,
yeah,
so,
they're games. You know what I'm saying? These things are meant to wind up, and I mean, they're fast. They just are. You know,
even if they hurt my ears when they drive by.
Yeah. Personally, but you can't say that there's no skill involved, or you can't say that. You know, you have to be able to appreciate craftsmanship and what they're doing with the car, period.
Well, and there's that getting from point A to point B. It's like you're starting here, but you want to get here, and it takes a vision. It's not necessarily going to be the same as anybody else. I mean, and you talk to anybody who's building a car, working on a car, or evolving their car throughout the years, their vision is there, you know, from what they start with. But I think they're doing pretty good. Like my friend's son and daughter are one of them, and the daughter left hers pretty stock, but then she decided to put a lift in her. She has a Subaru Forester, and so basically she made it she wanted it like a Jeep. So she put a small lift in it, not crazy, but she took it to a level where she was comfortable with it, and she did the work herself. So, you know, I think that's pretty epic. And then the son completely tore all the body panels off from his car, and that's how he actually brought it to our show. But the car he'd built prior to that, he sold to one of his friends, and that car was at our show too. Because it shows, you know, he was just driving it. One of the club members had it, and then he was doing his next one. But it takes a while. He's putting parts on it, and I don't know. I thought it was pretty awesome.
I think what John is getting at here, from what I'm reading on his comments, I think what John is getting at is these things are like kind of like a puzzle, because they're, you know, you buy basically puzzle and you put it together. You know what I mean? Like you buy the spoilers, you buy the, you know, the body kit for them and stuff like that. So he's saying, I think, that there's no real fabrication going on.
Well, I'm not sure that that's true though, because I've seen a lot of these guys on, you know, YouTube and in various shows who are completely building their own body kits, and they're doing, and they're completely fiberglassing their own wide bodies for these things. So I mean, that takes as much skill as anything else, you know.
Well, I think there's probably different levels of it. I think that, you know, maybe a lot of guys probably, you know, like piecing together Lego blocks or whatever, you know, and maybe there's other guys that have a little bit more skill. So I think there's probably all ends of the spectrum on that. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's just like building cars with steel. There's some people who are gonna order, you know, their entire car out of a catalog, and it's a 1957 Chevy, and they can just order every part and put it together, and they have a brand new car.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they're going to build the panels, you know, so it is what it is. I mean, even 3D printers now, that has to be a kind of a game changer.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Imagine that.
You know, so I think about stuff like that. What the hell is a holy crap. A Fiat 500?
Yeah.
Kazakhstan? How do you say that?
Yep, Kazakhstan. Hi.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to say that. Hi from Kazakhstan. Is that's not Russia though, no?
Having a domestic
I think it used to be.
I think it is.
But yeah, Robert, I agree. May hot rodding never die.
It's funny. I was just in Kazakhstan.
You weren't there.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know where that's at.
It's somewhere over there.
Oh, shoot.
Don't put down others' rides. They are building their dreams from what they have and their skill.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Well, perfect example. I got to see, I watched a couple videos. There was some kids in, I want to say it was Indonesia, and they wanted a Lamborghini. And so these guys, if you go on YouTube and watch hand-built cars, these guys built as close as they could to a Lamborghini all by hand. And this guy, you should see how this thing turned out. Is absolutely beautiful. And obviously it's not a real Lamborghini, it's a kit car, but it, you know, by the time it was done, but the kid that did this, I mean, just put his heart and soul into it. So to me, that is really cool because you're taking your hands and making something with it. And you know, because of him doing that, he's going to end up getting more work out of it because other people are going to want other cars built, you know?
Yeah.
Car Masters is Gotham Garage.
No, Car Masters is Rush to Riches.
I don't know who that is. Isn't that Gotham Garage? So somebody
that's true, Dan.
Car Master show.
Half-ass garage.
Hey, Devin,
Darren, Donovan, whatever your name is.
Bob, Joe.
Oh my gosh, I better go check on the kids. Do you want me to come over there?
so
Do you want me to come over there?
Yeah, if you want to come over here and we'll shut down because I want to get out of here. We're
Getting
already on
early.
2 hours now.
Oh,
so.
John, we're gonna have to have John come on soon. That'd be awesome. And what the hell have you walked into? Well, you've walked into a tuner car debate.
Iron horse
Dan, Dan, you can build a lot of cars out of a catalog.
Indonesia cars.
Yep, a lot, because that's, you know, basically that's my job, is to find all the, if we need to build panels or whatever, I have to go hunt everything down. Well, it's amazing what I find that we don't have to build. So,
Oh, as far as aftermarket, you mean?
yeah, if we wanted to use it, I just know how aftermarket fits, and we're way better off just building it ourselves if we can, because you spend just as much time retrofitting shit. So.
True.
Big Ferrari.
All right, well, I'm going to shut this one off, and I will be over there in just a sec.
All righty.
Hi.
All right, now we can talk about her.
What do you guys think about that, Heidi?
Because a lot of the cars here in the early 90s and stuff were Jap imports because we had a massive flood. They were just bringing stuff over here flat out. So that was what a lot of guys were driving and building and modifying. You know, because like there was still the old Australian stuff here, and there was a lot of American too. But because there was so much Japanese stuff coming in, that's what a lot of guys were driving and modifying. But now a lot of those guys are buying the American and the, you know, the older, Holdens and Valiants and stuff like that from Australia and stuff, because at the time they couldn't afford them, or they was just, you know, they weren't around, or if they were around, they were old rust buckets and stuff until they built the skills up to fix them.
Hey, John, Shokar Builder. What I'll do as soon as Heidi gets over here, I'll have her send you the link if you want to pop on here. That way you can kind of hang out for a minute.
Yeah, John, I want to see your face. What do you look like?
He's not too pretty, guys.
No, look like me then.
He'll fit right in, huh?
What else, Glenn? What else you got to say?
I don't know. What else do you want to? You want to ask me? You know,
I don't know. You might not be comfortable answering everything we want to ask.
Hey, Arco, you said you were drilling out those wells this morning, huh?
Yeah. Well, not drilling them out, but what I was doing is I was grinding the edges where they've been curved a couple times, and then on the centers of the wheels they had a number 12 in the casting, and I ground that out and polished it. And then I drilled out the aluminum valve stems so I could put rubber valve stems in them instead of those sensors.
Gotcha.
That's what I was working on this morning. Yeah.
Okay. So Darren over there at Half Fast, or Donovan, or whatever his name is, he's trying to make you guys think he doesn't enjoy looking at us, but I know damn well he's watched that lawnmower video like 2,000 times to see us with our shirts off on there.
Puts it on repeat.
Yeah, all the cars are imported here now. We don't make anything anymore. I think 96 was the last time New Zealand actually made anything. Which was was a Honda factory. I think was the last stuff that was made here.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So how far from where you live are the car plants?
I'm not 100% sure. I think most of them were in the North Island, I think. Oh, there's one in Nelson, which used to be the old Honda factory and Toyota factory. But yeah, that's like up the other end. The top end. Yeah, which was the last stuff made in '96. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so 96 is when they stopped doing all the cars over there?
Yeah.
Why'd they stop building though?
Just because it wasn't viable to build them, it was cheaper to bring them in.
Oh, right. I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
And where do they mostly come in from? Where? Australia?
Oh no, Japan, wherever they come from. Yeah, Australia, obviously, up until they stopped making cars too. They don't make anything now either.
So Australia's cars mostly coming from Japan and stuff like that too. Then they're not really building cars there either.
And Korea and China and wherever else. Yeah. Yeah. All the Korean stuff.
Sorry, I brought Clark over. He's in my way.
All the Hyundais and all that stuff killed the Australian car market. With like the Fords and the Holdens.
I don't know where he went. So hold on. Oh gosh, I don't even know how to do this. So trying to find the link here I don't know if everybody's gonna. Will it go in there? Do you guys? This is so weird. Clark, stop. Sorry, you guys. My pup is being a pain in my butt. He had to come with me, and now he's like, pill.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, John. Just for a minute, because I think one of my children woke up. Here, Kim. Thank you. If you haven't seen Clark's an asshole.
What about schools we have here? Well, the only one that's really American is Napas that started popping up in the last couple of years. We have Retco, Super Peak, Partmaster. There's a few other private ones, but that's sort of the main one.
I just invited Glenn or John here.
The question is,
I
Kentucky
don't know.
in New Zealand.
He's not over here yet. Where'd he go?
Did you hear that, Glenn?
What's that?
Do you have Kentucky Fried Chicken in New Zealand?
We sure do.
New Zealand Fried Chicken.
I was gonna say, is it technically? Well, I mean, I guess wherever it comes from doesn't really matter.
Kentucky Fried Rats.
Okay,
I like Kentucky Fried Chicken. You show your face.
I took my wife to Jamaica a couple of years ago or whatever, and they do have a KFC down there, but the Jamaicans say it stands for "keep from coming."
I love
right. Holden was GM. Yeah. General Motors. Yeah.
Shut up, Danny.
What did he say?
He was talking about Heidi, but she came back.
Yeah. I'm always making him uncomfortable like that. When he's talking bad about me, I show up.
Yeah.
But if you go to Australia, Burger King is called Hungry Jack.
What's it called?
Hungry Jacks in Australia.
Oh, yeah. Hungry Jacks.
Huh.
It's one of the only places in the world.
That's kind of like.
I imagine it's just like Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, It's the same place, but they have different
They're
names.
different.
Not really.
Well, they were different, but then they merged. I think Bass Pro Shops bought all the Cabela's is what it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
I think so.
Did they keep them the same names?
I think some of them are, like you guys were saying, some of them are Cabela's still, and some of them are Bass Pro Shops.
In Gander Mountain, they're completely gone, aren't they?
Intermountain Arms?
Hmm?
What was that you said?
Gander Mountain, they're completely gone, aren't they?
Gander Mountain.
Yeah, Gander Mountain.
I
I don't know. Did you guys have Gander Mountain?
I think we had one here a long time ago. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I don't remember that.
Gander Mountain. Maybe it was just online or something. But
I'll just step back over here with the mouse. Let's be in charge of the mouse. I don't know. I sent John that link. I don't know if or I put it in the chat.
I don't see him.
Where'd you go, John? Don't try to fish and
fishing.
Which one is it? Bass Pro that actually has the tank you can fish in?
Oh, I don't know. I know I've seen on YouTube there was a video of two guys that dove in that fish tank, and then one of them goes to jump out. I don't know if you guys seen that video, and he slides down the wall and just smashes on the concrete.
Oh my God.
Like, oh man.
You should probably go get your new hammer. Oh, they did. I think you're right, Dan. Gander Mountain got bought out by Camping World.
Oh.
Yeah, I love my new hammer, Danny. It works great.
Can we go get it?
No. I like when you're hitting stuff, it goes, it's blowing little
I might use it on him.
Yeah.
Bonanza.
Beep, beep.
Bonanza. That's a good old show.
10-gallon hat.
Can Nolan.
Bonanza, or is he talking about the restaurant Bonanza?
What is a canned Nolan anyway? What is Nolan in a can?
I don't know. Would you like to answer that, canned Nolan? Okay, John, I'm sending it one more time. There you go. Bam. Right there.
Get on there, John. Canned Nolan. Maybe. He's from Canada.
You can't click on it though, Heidi.
Canadian food.
Did the link show up?
I see it. I see the link on our end over here.
But I don't think it does.
Bonanza restaurants? I've never seen a Bonanza restaurant.
I've never heard of Bonanza restaurants.
Oh, yeah. We have them up here. I could definitely do that, Danny. No problem.
No one is a restaurant, just me on TV. Or you on TV, or is it you on TV in a restaurant, Ken Nolan?
Yes, they are like Golden Corral, but you never take your team, your basketball team, there when they're trying to play a tournament.
Those.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking
Bonanza.
about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because then your teenagers eat too much food and they play like shit the next time.
I thought you were talking about the TV show Bonanza is what I thought he was talking about.
Although I do love the Bonanza TV show.
All right, this is getting stupid. Let's get out of here.
Trying to get Robert that link, but otherwise I don't know how to get it to you.
Not Robert.
Oh, John. Oh, good Lord. I might be tired. Just kidding. No, I am. I'm exhausted.
Well, we're going to get out of here, I guess. And what we'll do is I'll hook up with John and I'll get him on the next show or something. That way we can get him in here before, everything starts. But I appreciate you guys. Coming on our channel and hanging out and whatever. That was fun having you on here tonight. And everybody else that made us.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we appreciate you guys. And yeah,
thank you guys.
We had like zero agenda. You can tell we've been sick.
Yeah, it's been a long couple of days, man. So we didn't want to do this, but I want to try to make it every Friday night, no matter what,
Right. Yeah. Well, sometimes things happen.
We can drag you. Yes, NyQuil will definitely be happening tonight. Yeah, definitely every Friday night if we can. I don't have a football player, so I don't have to worry about that. What was I going to say though? I don't know. I just want to keep bringing people on. I did want to ask that question though that I've been meaning to ask everybody. Like, what's your favorite channel that nobody's heard of? Your favorite YouTube channel nobody's ever heard of? I know what mine is.
What?
Tell me.
Bitch.
I know.
That's a good question.
Right?
It's really to get Danny and Ralphie on here too at the same time. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, I'd love to have
that'd
Ralphie
be
on
fun.
here. We might have to for Ralphie and Danny. Danny, he seems to be a night owl, but I think Ralphie, he's a sleeper, so we'd have to figure out a different time maybe, but we can make it work. But yeah, what's your favorite YouTube channel nobody's ever heard of?
Well, I got one that I think Arco should watch.
What's that?
It's called it's Amory King or Ameri King. Have you seen that guy?
No.
Amory King, yeah.
Will you send that to me?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. You'll like it.
I know who it is.
Don't watch it with like kids around and stuff, but you'll like it. But a lot of people have heard of him. Have they? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I know who it is.
Heidi knows.
Yeah.
Going out too.
What about my buddy Tony Monroy? Tony Monroy, if you go on YouTube and check out his stuff, he builds hand-built cars, and the guy is an absolute amazing artist. And he's just nobody even hardly knows of his channel on YouTube or whatever. And I'm surprised he doesn't have a bunch of subs because his cars are just beautiful. And I don't know where my phone went.
It's right here.
But some of the cars he builds are just radical.
Well.
Half Fast has the right idea there.
Well, I was going to say, I kind of stuck, obviously, because all my people are either on the screen or in the chat. So, I don't know. Now I can't because it'd be kind of cheating to say Glenn and Iron Horse and DG and everybody,
Oh, yeah.
No, he doesn't have any.
There is a YouTube channel that probably nobody's ever heard of except for maybe a couple people like Wayne Reynolds, because he kept calling us aluminum donkey. So what I did is I got on there and I made an aluminum donkey YouTube channel. Did you really?
Oh my God, I love it.
There's no videos on there. I just use it to mess with Wayne Reynolds. But
You're gonna have to start putting videos on
That's
there.
right. I remember that night, and I made a galvanized gelding one.
Yeah.
And then a copper coat one. Yeah.
Yeah, we debuted all them channels on Joey's Live is what it was. I got on there and Joey's like, aluminum donkey.
Oh my God, that's so freaking funny.
That's awesome. All right, you guys. I appreciate it, though. We're going to get out of here. You guys all have a good night. Thank you so much.
Take it easy. See you later.
Good night, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for anybody.
Yep. Thanks a lot.
Glenn didn't get to tell us who is his favorite. Real quick.
Yeah, what Glenn said.
Well, my new one is the Clark's custom garage in Tasmania, which I've just put up in a new video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's it called, Glenn?
Clark's custom garage. The link's actually in my new video.
Okay. Check it
He's
out.
only just started. He's only got about 3 or 4 videos up.
That'll be awesome. All right. We have snorting, fighting dogs in the background, and he's like getting all uptight. So I better let you guys go.
We're going to kill some dogs. Thanks, you guys.
Bye. Thank you, everybody.
Take it easy, Glenn.
Oh, there's John.
Oh, now he comes on here.
Oh, man.
Dude. Can we get 5 minutes?
What's going on, guys?
Tunicars,
Still-
go. You have 5 minutes.
Hey, how's it going tonight, guys? How you doing?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how I can get the screen so I can see not the comments in your guys' faces for me.
Flip your phone up the other way.
Dude, I have like a different screen on right now, and I don't even know how to get rid of this screen.
Huh.
There we go. I just got the dog. No.
Technology sucks. Are you guys still there?
Sit.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh, no.
All right, we're out of here. I'm done.
right.
I'm out of here. Good night, you guys.
Sorry.
Yeah.
See me being bossy with my dogs. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.